Greetings. The last 4 years in the Central California Conference have been both exciting and formative. We've seen God's leading, the equipping of the saints, and the mobilizing of members in service. The Central California Conference territory spans an area of 17 counties with a population of 8.4 million people. To date, Central's membership exceeds 34,613 members, representing nearly 24,000 family units living in as diverse areas as the fast-paced, high-tech Silicon Valley to the coastal towns of Morro Bay, from destination cities such as Santa Cruz to the San Joaquin Valley, from the central land of Modesto into the farmlands of Porterville and Bakersfield. Central currently operates 147 churches, 7 companies, and 16 groups, all comprising an array of nationalities representing each continent of the world. Additionally, Central operates 29 schools, with 10 of those being early childhood education centers. And our family hasn't stopped growing. In the last 4 years, we've experienced 3,311 baptisms and professions of faith. These have come as a result of our multifaceted outreach initiatives, which include more than 259 evangelistic series, growing church plants, the excellence of educators, the tireless efforts by cross-trainers, and the faithful service by our pastors and you, our dedicated lay members and volunteers. And all of these ministries are funded in part by the annual Soquel Camp Meeting Evangelism Offering, with the 4-year totals for this sacred fund as follows. The grand total for the 2015-2016 offering equaled $1,242,624. The grand total for the 2016-2017 offering equaled $1,025,080. The grand total for the 2017-2018 offering equaled $772,355. The grand total for the 2018-2019 offering to date is in excess of $812,000. I believe all this has been made possible because Central first mobilizes in prayer. Central's robust prayer team stays on bended knee and actively hosts conference-wide events, which call for the conference to collectively pray. Additionally, the prayer team hosts weekly prayer meetings at the conference office, circulating Bible verses, bathing leaders with prayer, and stopping at workers' desks to pray. They also host an annual prayer walk at the start of each camp meeting season. And I believe these successes have come as a direct intentionality to be an inside-out church, moving from an inward-facing direction to one where members instead face outward toward their communities. Let me use this analogy. When I wash my socks and I fold them and place them into the drawer, I fold them inside out. And just as my socks need to be placed inside out, so our churches need to be inside out as well. In other words, outwardly focused. The pews generally look inward. Well, we want those pews focused outside, if you will. One such inside-out model is Central's Life Hope Centers, structured to inspire every member to become a center of holy influence, springing from the San Francisco Bridges Initiative, which set about to energize and inspire believers in the Bay Area to impact their communities with the gospel using Christ's method. Life Hope Centers was launched in February 2016. Since then, it has become a transformative instrument to impact communities for the kingdom throughout Central California. Today, Live Hope Centers provide free dental, medical, and vision services to the underserved at the rate of up to 2 medical clinics per month. To date, more than $1,482,766 have been provided in free medical services. More than 67,657 people have been served by this ministry, and more than 4,656 volunteers have been mobilized to volunteer in their local communities. As a discipling ministry, training is also provided for those who want to serve by becoming certified dental assistants. To date, more than 100 individuals have completed this training. Additionally, Live Hope Centers has greatly influenced the Soquel community. Once seen as irrelevant there, we are now invited by county officials to attend key council meetings. This access to community dignitaries conveys that we are making inroads as leaders grow to value our services and our presence there in our community. And let me share with you some of the innovative programs Central's youth are involved with. The Youth Department, responsible for leading and training youth and their leaders, oversees adventures, pathfinders, teen leadership training. The Hispanic Youth Federation, also known as FEJA, as well as Camp Owona's summer camp. In the past 4 years, the department has trained more than 900 Pathfinder leaders and has responded to more than 100 baptisms, with 11 of these occurring at the Pacific Union Camporee. Additionally, 2 Pathfinder clubs represented Central at the North American Division Pathfinder Bible Experience competition, with each garnering first place awards. And the flagship of the youth department is Camp Owona, located inside beautiful Yosemite National Park. In the past 4 years, Wawona has been home to approximately 2,000 campers, employer to more than 280 staff, and host to more than 10,000 guests. Countless souls have been blessed by their full itinerary of programs. Each year, evangelism campership funds are set aside specifically for youth who might not ever be able to go otherwise. Let me also share with you about Central's Young Adult and Senior Youth Ministries Department, whose purpose is to facilitate a spiritual community for older youth. Annually, they oversee Team Bible Academy, a 3-week-long regiment of solitude, study, and service. The Senior Youth Department also hosts and organizes youth rallies, prayer conferences, teen guys and girls retreats, and Bible camps. And also the Children's Ministry Department, which hosts vacation Bible school trainings and Sabbath school workshops, providing local churches with workshops and resources that enable ministry leaders to effectively minister to Gen Z and Alpha Gen children ages birth to 13 years. Simultaneously, our treasured Soquel Camp meeting continues a 70-year tradition of faith and a legacy of spirit-filled gatherings in that particular facility. This past year, members and leaders alike celebrated the 138th session. The theme, His Word Shaping Our Story, provided both a historical backdrop and a clear casting of vision. And how about the complex amount of administrative infrastructure which goes into serving churches, pastors, teachers, and our employees so they can remain equipped in mission? These necessary functions include human resources, property, and risk management personnel, which together handle many behind-the-scenes items, including onboarding employees, personal matters, immigration, and tax-related issues, insurance claims, and assistance with the purchase and sale of properties. The conference also has other unseen departments which handle necessary functions, such as the Office of the Secretariat, who oversees an incredible number of baptismal and church clerical records, along with the large amounts of vital and statistical data. The untold hours of work by this department makes conference operations increasingly more efficient and compliant to church policies and governmental agencies. And still another function is the three-pronged capital campaign program. In the last 4 years, this initiative raised over $3,132,000 for Camp Wawona, the Soquel Conference Center, and the Educational Endowment Fund. These funds have brought the installation of a new 55,000-gallon water tank, architectural renderings for Siebel Dining Hall, the creation of Ricuti Chapel, the Adventist Health Medical and Administration Building, along with the new cabins for Camp Wawona. By the way, a new road is expected to be constructed soon. Additionally, they have distributed over $400,000 in scholarship awards to our schools. What a blessing! Since its inception in the year 2000, the capital campaign has raised over $21,951,918. I am also so happy to share the latest about GLOW, Giving Light to Our World. GLOW Track celebrated its 10-year anniversary during this quadrennial in a bit of a birthday bash at its birthplace, the Ceres Adventist Church. Since its inception, GLOW has gone viral, printing more than 113 million tracts throughout the globe, surpassing all expectations. GLOW is now in 45 different countries and is translated in 75 different languages. Additionally, over the last 4 years, our Literature Ministries Department led more than 444 Youth Rush students who visited 1,494,918 homes, distributing more than 617,000 Bible study interest cards and placing over 253,622 books in homes while driving a cumulative of 382,000 miles. Let me tell you also about the Gift Planning and Stewardship Department, which have served many families, helping to establish trusts, wills, and charitable gift annuities. Additionally, this department has held over 68 seminars in this specialized discipline. Over $2,202,073 has been received directly benefiting Central ministries, schools, and churches, with an additional $1,659,528 received benefiting other Adventist ministries. And let me share with you about our Treasury Department, which oversees an annual budget of $25 million, making numerous improvements to the way we manage funds. This year, they launched a campaign promoting Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University small group trainings for members to learn the biblical foundations of tithing, saving, and giving. Many families are now expressing the blessing of living debt-free. And as a result of the faithfulness of our church family, I am so happy to report that December 2018 fiscally ended as the highest recorded tithe performance the conference has had in years. Thanks be to God. This year-end blessing to date shows a 6.54% increase over tithe received in any month or year in over a decade. Additionally, Centeral has begun retelling classic stewardship stories of faithful and famous tithe-paying entrepreneurs such as Kraft, Colgate, Quaker Oats, and others. These serve to remind us that God is true to His promise to those who are faithful. The education ministry of schools and early childhood education centers were entrusted with the responsibility and tutelage of 1,861 students this last school year. We praise God for this vital ministry that seeks to prepare the young for now and eternity. And let me tell you also about our new accredited satellite campus. Central's ministerial department facilitated the Masters of Theological Studies degree program, which educated 21 pastors and 2 teachers. This program is helping Central California Conference staff fit graduate studies into already packed itineraries, remain in their home churches, and provide them postgraduate degrees. Besides this, the ministerial department also coordinated a 10-day educational trip to the Holy Lands for Central pastors this past year. Additionally, the conference has other diverse ministries striving daily to meet the needs of all members. These other entities include women's ministries, which provide a yearly retreat. And what can we say about Hispanic ministries, and our African American ministries, and Asian Pacific ministries? The Church Ministries Department also oversees conference ministries and provides resources to local churches and members alike. These include community services, health ministries, prison ministries, and singles ministries, just to mention a few. This department also works to address the needs of each component of the family by providing workshops and retreats to strengthen and/or rebuild families. And a huge resource here in our conference is our Adventist Book Center, which distributed $5.65 million in books, food, periodicals, and other products. It continues the book and food sales delivery system and has generated over $724,000 over the last 4 camp meetings, serving more than 4,000 customers. Our communication department, which now has cutting-edge video production and graphic design capabilities in a full-color print shop meeting your ministry needs. This department continually works to bring you live coverage of Soquel Camp Meeting, manages corporate communication, and provides leadership in crisis management while working directly with news outlets on behalf of the conference to brand and protect its mission. The Ministerial Spouses Ministry hosts annual spousal retreats and camp meeting luncheons while remembering pastors' spouses' birthdays and other occasions. Another resource is Sonora Estates, our rental home property community in Sonora, California. These 41 single and multiple housing units provide an array of Adventist culture living options for Central's senior adults. What a blessing to also share that several congregations sacrificed greatly to renovate their church facilities during the past 4 years. These beautiful renovations include Sunnyvale, Fresno Hispanic, and Mariposa church structures, just to mention a few. Additionally, newly constructed or acquired sanctuaries added to our conference church community included the Visalia Bilingual, the Bakersfield Asian, the Fresno All Nations, and the Fresno Hmong Church. Central recently launched Live Hope Missions, Part 2 of Live Hope Centers, a ministry with old-fashioned blue-collar practicality. I can tell you that if you can hold a hammer in your hand, you can be a missionary. Live Hope Missions puts overalls on religion and hallmarks hands-on spirituality while alleviating human need. As I share these blessings with you, there are many, many more I could share, but time does not permit. Therefore, I encourage you to read carefully through the quadrennial report to acquaint yourself with much more detail of how God is blessing His vineyard here in Central. Let me also encourage you to please be diligent in prayer for the conference as we work through the challenges that affect the Lord's work in our territory. Just to mention three, the fast-growing cost of living and housing in the Bay Area continues to be increasingly challenging to our churches and schools. Secondly, land use restrictions at Camp Wawona and Soquel Conference Center properties continue to prove very challenging and expensive as legal costs have to be spent in order to secure permits to replace aging infrastructure and buildings. And thirdly, the regulatory and governmental restrictions and requirements are becoming more and more complex in areas of personnel, immigration, benefits, property, and risk management. And yet, in spite of these and many other challenges, we can rejoice because His Spirit is making a difference in the lives of people in every corner of our conference. And as I close, I challenge you that out of a spirit of deep gratitude for what Christ has done for us, lend a listening ear to a hurting soul, minister to those who are in need, and offer yourself to the Lord as the one person who perhaps can make the biggest difference in that one moment, in that one place, in that one life. Thank you for everything you are doing for the kingdom, and thank you for being a part of this great Central California Conference family. May God's blessings be richly bestowed upon you, and for us to continue to be working together unitedly for the Lord both now and forevermore. Blessings to you.